Honda has built some of the most reliable engines in automotive history. Engines that regularly cross 300,000 miles with almost no major issues. But at the same time, Honda has also built one engine that caused more problems for American owners than almost any reliability scandal in Japanese automotive history. Failures at 60,000 miles, engines grinding themselves apart silently. And Honda knew. Same brand, completely different outcomes. In this video, we are going through every major Honda engine family, from the bulletproof legends that will outlive your mortgage to the nearly perfect K-series that engineers still talk about today, to the turbocharged time bomb Honda quietly buried in millions of Accords, CR-Vs, and Odysseys across the United States. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which Honda engine is unkillable, which one is overrated, and which one you should walk away from at the dealership, no matter how good the price looks. Before we get into the engines, you need to understand one thing about how Honda thinks differently from every other automaker on the planet. Most car companies ask, how powerful can we make this engine? Honda asked, how efficient can we make this engine? And then how powerful? That philosophy, efficiency first, power second, is why a stock 1992 Honda Civic with 70 horsepower is still running on American roads today. It's not magic, it's engineering discipline. And it all started with the CVCC engine in 1975. Here's something most American car guys never learned, and this is the part that genuinely surprised me when I went through the archives. When the US government passed the Clean Air Act in 1970 and told every automaker they had to cut emissions, GM said it was impossible. Ford said it was impossible. Chrysler literally lobbied Congress to delay the deadline. Honda, a company that had been making cars for only 7 years, built the CVCC engine. It met the full emission standard without even needing a catalytic converter. Let me say that again. Honda solved in 7 years what the entire American auto industry said couldn't be done at all. That is the DNA everything else is built on. And look, if you just felt something when I said Honda beat the entire American auto industry at their own game in 7 years, hit that subscribe button right now, because we're just getting started and it only gets better from here. Now, let's go engine by engine. If you grew up watching Fast and the Furious, and let's be honest, if you're on this channel, you did. You have seen this engine even if you didn't know it by name. B16, B18, B20. These numbers are practically tattooed on the arms of Honda mechanics across America. But here's what most people never actually explain. Why is the B-Series indestructible? Because Honda quality is not a real answer. Let's talk about the actual engineering. Reason number one, over-square design. The bore, the width of the cylinder, is larger than the stroke. In plain English, lower piston speeds at high RPM, less heat, less wear, more revs. This is why a B18C can hit 8,500 RPM on a completely stock bottom end and just laugh at you. Reason number two, Honda built these blocks thicker and with more internal clearance than a street car technically needed. Why? Because in the early 90s, Honda was simultaneously building Formula One engines. That mindset of overbuilding bled directly into the consumer cars. Reason number three, forgiveness. The B-Series tolerates neglect better than almost any engine ever built. Slightly late oil changes? It handles it. Old coolant? It handles it. This is why you still see high-mileage B-Series engines on Craigslist that were clearly never babied, and they're still running. Real talk for American buyers right now. A clean B18 powered Civic or Integra with under 150,000 miles maintained properly will cross 300,000 miles. I've tracked documented cases multiple times. Same original engine. B-Series verdict? Buy with complete confidence. Real quick before we move on. If someone sent you this video, do them a favor and subscribe. The person who shared this with you is trying to save you money. Don't make them look bad. Now, the B-Series was legendary, but then Honda did something nobody expected. They built something even better. If the B-Series is the legend, the K-Series is the evolution of perfection. Launched in 2001, the K20 and K24 became the backbone of Honda's entire American lineup. Civic Si, Accord, CR-V, Element. RSX Type S. If you drove a Honda in the 2000s, there's a good chance you had one of these under your hood. Here is the number that matters most for American buyers. The K24, specifically the K24A2 and K24Z3, has a documented, verified track record of reaching 300,000, 350,000, even 400,000 miles on original internals. Not rebuilt, not swapped, original block, original head. I personally tracked a 2005 Accord with 387,000 miles. One timing chain replacement at 280. That's it. Everything else, original.
Why does the K-Series last this long? 1. Honda switched to a timing chain instead of a belt. No replacement interval, no, oh I forgot, catastrophic failure. It just runs. 2. The oil passages are oversized, meaning even if you go a few thousand miles over on an oil change, which Americans do constantly, the engine doesn't immediately punish you for it. 3. IV Tech reduces stress on the valve train during low RPM city driving, which is where most American driving actually happens. For American buyers specifically, write this down. The K24 powered 2003 to 2007 Accord and 2002 to 2006 CR-V are arguably the best used car values on the American market right now. Under $10,000, potentially 150,000 more miles of life remaining. The math on that deal is genuinely insane.
K-Series verdict: Honda's greatest engineering achievement, period. But here is where the story gets dark. Before we go into the dark side of Honda's history, hit subscribe real quick, because what I'm about to show you is the kind of information that every Honda owner needs to know, and most of them never find out until it's too late. Honda was on top of the world. The K-Series was working. Customers were happy. Consumer Reports was handing them perfect reliability scores year after year. And then somewhere in a corporate boardroom around 2008, someone made a decision. A cost-cutting decision. And that decision, hidden inside a brand new engine that Honda marketed as advanced and the future of efficiency, would result in one of the most widespread, expensive, and quietly covered up engine failures in American automotive history. We're talking class action lawsuits. We're talking oil consumption so severe that Honda extended warranties only after being publicly exposed. We're talking engines failing at 60,000 miles on cars that were supposed to last 250,000. The engine is called the 1.5T Earth Dreams Turbo. In 2015, Honda introduced the 1.5-liter turbocharged Earth Dreams engine across the Civic, CR-V, HR-V, and Accord. The marketing was brilliant. Turbocharged efficiency, the future of Honda. The reality had a name: oil dilution. Here's what oil dilution means in plain English, because Honda's PR team would very much prefer this term never went mainstream. Raw, unburned gasoline was leaking past the piston rings and mixing directly into the engine oil. In cold climates, which includes most of the American Midwest, the entire Northeast, Chicago, Detroit, Minneapolis, Seattle, this problem was so severe that owners were pulling their dipstick and smelling straight gasoline where motor oil should be. Why does this matter? Because engine oil is the only thing standing between your engine living and dying. When gasoline dilutes it, the oil loses viscosity. Its lubricating properties collapse, and your engine starts grinding metal on metal, invisibly, silently, every single time you drive. Here is the data Honda did not put in their brochures. By 2018, Honda had received over 14,000 official complaints in the United States alone regarding the 1.5T. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration opened a formal investigation. In Canada, Honda extended the powertrain warranty specifically because of oil dilution. In the United States, they quietly pushed a software update and called it resolved. It was not resolved. A 2017 CR-V owner in Minnesota, 61,000 miles, complete engine failure. Honda's response? Out of warranty by 1,000 miles. Denied. A 2018 Civic Sport owner in Ohio, 58,000 miles. Same failure, same response. These are not rare edge cases. These are documented patterns across owner forums, NHTCA complaint databases, and litigation records that became public. Honda's internal documents, which surfaced during class action proceedings, showed awareness of the issue earlier than they publicly admitted. 1.5T Earth Dream's verdict in cold American climates? Do not buy it. If you live south of Tennessee and you change your oil every 4,000 miles without exception, you may be okay. But I would not personally put my family in one. And now, you know why. Now, before you swear off Honda entirely and go buy a Camry, I need to tell you what Honda did next. Because when Honda gets publicly embarrassed, and the 1.5T embarrassed them badly, they tend to overcorrect in the best possible way. The engine they built as their response, it's actually really good. The K20C, Honda's 2.0-liter turbocharged engine in the Civic Type R and Accord Sport, is Honda doing what Honda has always done best, learning from public humiliation and building something exceptional. Bigger displacement than the 1.5T, better thermal management, revised piston ring design that specifically addressed the oil dilution failure mechanism, and a real-world track record, now 7+ years of owner data, that shows dramatically improved reliability across the board. For American buyers looking at a 2022 to 2025 Civic or Accord right now, here is the most important thing I can tell you. The 1.5T is still in the base trims. The 2.0T is in sport touring and above. The price difference at the dealership is roughly $2,000 to $3,000. Pay it. It is absolutely worth it. On the performance side, the K20C in the Type R produces 315 horsepower completely stock. Tuned examples are hitting 450+ horsepower on the factory block. Honda built this one thick, and it shows. 2.0T verdict? Honda's modern redemption. Strong buy. This is the part of Honda's lineup that will decide whether this brand is still relevant 20 years from now. Honda's two-motor hybrid system, used in the Accord Hybrid, CR-V Hybrid, and Insight, is one of the most clever powertrain designs in the industry, and most Americans have no idea how it actually works. Unlike Toyota's hybrid, which uses a traditional transmission alongside electric motors, Honda's system uses no conventional transmission at all during most driving. The gasoline engine acts almost entirely as a generator. The electric motors are what actually drive your wheels. The result? The 2023 Accord Hybrid delivers 48 miles per gallon in real-world American driving. Not EPA estimated on a test track, real world. Owner data from across the country shows consistent averages between 47 and 51 mpg. Now, the question every American buyer asks about hybrids: what about the battery long-term? The early IMA system in the original Insight and first-gen Accord Hybrid showed battery degradation around 150,000 miles. That is a legitimate concern for those specific models. The current two-motor system uses completely different chemistry and architecture. Early reliability data on 2018 through 2023 models looks excellent. 200,000-mile examples are appearing with no meaningful battery degradation reported. Honda Hybrid verdict? Strong buy. This is the future of the Honda lineup, and it actually works. Alright, you've stayed through the entire Honda engine family. Every major platform. The legends, the disasters, and the comeback. Here's what you actually came for. Every major Honda engine. Here is exactly where they stand. Tier S. Buy without hesitation. K24 series, 2003 to 2012. The single most reliable Honda engine ever built. The benchmark for what Japanese engineering is supposed to mean. If you find a clean one, buy it. Tier A. Excellent with minor awareness. B series. Legendary status. Just verify the timing belt service history before purchase. K20C 2.0T. Honda's modern masterpiece. Confidence buy for 2022 and newer. Two-motor hybrid system. The future, and it's ready today. Tier B. Solid, but research your specific year. J Series V6. Honda's big displacement workhorse. Reliable overall, but the VCM cylinder deactivation system on certain years causes oil consumption issues. Research before you buy. F Series. Bulletproof older technology. Great if maintained, just old now.
Tier D. Proceed with extreme caution. 1.5T Earth Dreams in cold climates. If you live in Minnesota, Michigan, New York, Illinois, Ohio, or anywhere that sees real winters, avoid this engine unless you have verified the specific software revision and are changing your oil every 4,000 miles without exception. The bottom line for every American watching this right now:
Honda's reputation is mostly deserved. The K24 alone justifies this brand's entire legacy. But Honda is not perfect, and the 1.5T is proof that even legendary engineers make decisions based on boardroom pressure instead of engineering integrity. Know what you're buying, know what's in your driveway, and never let a salesperson tell you it's a Honda, it'll last forever, without asking them one question: which engine? If this video just saved you from one bad purchase, that's worth more than a like, but I'll take the like anyway. And if you haven't subscribed yet, we are going to do this exact same breakdown for every major car brand, engine by engine, truth by truth. You do not want to miss it. Subscribe, it's free, and this information isn't. See you in the next one.